Am I ready? I think I'm ready. So I thought I'd do the music and the narration for this project. I hope it turns out well. I don't like the sound of my own voice and I hate doing narrations, but I thought I'd try something different for you, the viewer. I'm not going to talk about how I did things or why I did things because, like most of my projects, I have no idea what I'm doing. I am teaching myself as I go along, and I don't want to tell you how to do something because I myself have no idea what I'm doing. So, sit back, enjoy the video, listen as I talk about what's what, and at the end of the video, please give me your opinion, what you like, what you hate. I'm a Marine. You will not hurt my feelings. So let's start with the inspiration of this project. I guess the thing was the fact that we had a lamp that looks similar to this, but it was very cheaply made, and I knew that I could do better than this. I got this lamp while I was stationed in Japan, and being in Japan was also a huge inspiration with the architecture there. Not so much in Okinawa, but anytime I got to go up to the mainland and see the architecture up there, it is beautiful. The craftsmanship that they have is just amazing. Down in Okinawa, all the buildings are made of concrete, reinforced concrete, to withstand the typhoons, which I could understand because the typhoons are quite intense sometimes. And there are very few buildings that you can really see the beauty in the craftsmanship. And when you do see them, you're like, oh man, it must be built pretty good because all these typhoons would get and this building still stands. And it's not just in Japan. All over Asia, the woodworkers there, they do amazing work, and traditionally they do all that work by hand. So I try to do as much of this by hand as I could, but power tools definitely made it faster. I can't imagine how long this would have taken me had I used traditional Japanese hand tools. And I guess the second biggest motivator, inspirator is my wife. I am still teaching myself woodworking, and it makes me very vulnerable to say, as a United States Marine, that I'm not confident in my abilities in woodworking. But I felt confident enough to start filming it and kind of showing the things that I do and the mistakes that I make. You'll see them. But she always encouraged me. She loves all the work that I do, and that she's the one that keeps me going and doing what I do. Had it not been for her, I would have never started a YouTube channel. She has always continued to encourage me, and all the things that I make and then around the house, she loves them, she's proud of them, she shows them off, and that's what makes me want to continue making things because she always likes them. So, Jen, if you actually watch my videos, thank you so much for your confidence in me. It really means a lot to me. And the best part about this entire project was that the fact that my wife got to contribute to it. She's amazingly crafty, whether it's culinary or doing small projects with the kids. She recently got a cricket. I don't know what it's called, but it's a vinyl cutter, but it can cut multiple materials. And she was the one that was able to do the vinyl decals that actually go inside of this lamp at the end of the video. You'll see that. So thank you so much for putting all that time and effort into that for me. There are a few YouTube creators I would love to mention as inspirators as well. The first three have a podcast that I absolutely love called Making It. You should check that out. It comes out every Thursday, I think. I listen to it every Friday on the way to work, and then finish it up while I'm in the office. I can't bunch them up because they, as individuals, are so different. Jimmy DiResta, first up. This guy has been a creator his entire life. He continues to invent and innovate. He also teaches at art schools or something like that, which I love. There is nothing like having a positive influence on the young. I try to do my best at the very same. David Picciuto, I think that's how you pronounce it, is the next creator. He is fearless in his ideas, and he always has an energy in his video that keeps his viewers engaged. I wish that I myself had that kind of energy. And the final piece of this masterpiece of podcast is Bob Clyde. He uses an orchestrated arrangement of multiple technologies to create functional and beautifully pleasant objects. Whether it's a prop, shop equipment, or other household item, he does an excellent job at it. These three guys prove that you could create while teaching yourself, which is what I've done for myself the past two and a half years. Some other ones would be Dustin Penner from DP Make Stuff. He's Canadian, but man does some good work. I have a lot of things I want to make because of him. And recently he started following me on Instagram, which is a huge motivator because now I know I got one of those big guys watching me. Master of None, I'm not sure what his real name is. Great dude, using multiple technology. He's working out of his garage there in Chicago. And that's one of the greatest things I like about him. He lives in Chicago, my hometown, at least close enough. Thank you for battling that weather, and go Cubs. There are many more that I watch and inspire me, but I can't think of the names at the moment. One for sure is Jesse, the Samurai Carpenter. You want to talk about an artist. This guy has it. I don't know of him ever being to Japan or any other part of Asia until recently when he went to a Japanese playing competition, but he has their architecture down. Never have I seen such great representation outside of Japan. He is the one that makes me feel I can do what I can do. It was while I was stationed in Japan that I discovered him and decided I wanted to try woodworking. He's the guy that got me started. I had recently stopped drinking and needed to fill that void, the time that I was spending doing that instead of something else. It was then I realized that booze wasn't the cure for my ADHD. It was keeping my hands as busy as my brain. Watching this guy work is incredible. He has a level of false confidence that is quite encouraging. Or he's actually that good. Either way, he's an incredible man. He's also family orientated, a great dad. A dad for other new dads to look up to. As a father myself, I appreciate his devotion to family. Family is what truly makes us wealthy men. I have to also mention that this guy has a huge following, and he has responded to every correspondence with him. I needed some advice on what to acquire while I was still in Japan, and he gave me great guidance. I had already had most of everything he told me to get, minus a set of nice chisels, which I immediately went and got. I only had a few weeks there and didn't want to miss out on the opportunity. So thank you, Jesse, for being such a great content creator and also taking care of your audience. I can't believe how quick your responses were to me. I think it's everyone for now. I guess we could talk about what's going on now here with me. Toys for Tots is finally over. That was a huge challenge in my life. I had less time to create, and way less time with my family, but the whole sense of it was very rewarding, and I actually got to involve my family in it as well. So that was quite rewarding for them, and I think they feel very good about the difference that we made in our community here in Las Vegas. Anytime I have the opportunity to involve my family with my professional life, I take advantage of that. And you yourself, if you ever find yourself in a position to help someone less fortunate than you, go and do it. The feeling of giving is so much more powerful than the feeling of receiving. So yeah, I'm going to put a spot in here for Tours for Tots, a program created by the Marine Corps Reserves that mostly active duty perform. Oh man, so much video to go. I should really mention the guys I get my smarts from. My grandfather and father are two of the smartest guys I know. I spent a lot of time with my grandfather when I was younger, and which was an advantage as I was quite the sponge. I absorbed everything he said. He knew everything in my eyes, and when I questioned anything, he always had an answer. Best part, these answers were not made up. They were factual, and they still hold true today. He once told me that Pluto wasn't really a planet before Pluto was stripped of its planetary status, and I think about that quite a bit. I was quite into astronomy when I was younger. He was obviously the reason my dad was so smart. My dad can do anything. Show him once and he will master it. He is the perfect embodiment of a jack of all trades. He's where I received my basic knowledge of measurements and simple engineering. I had plenty of on-hand training growing up with him. We finished a once empty basement into 2 more bedrooms, a 3/4 bathroom, a living room, a laundry room, and I have to mention the laundry room had 2 55-gallon fish tanks as one of the walls, and it had full utilities built behind the stairs. There was a whole storage area back there. It really was impressive. He continues to create and really should make a YouTube channel of his own. He is simply one of the greatest inventors and innovators I have ever known. And of course, there's my children. A lot of things I make are purpose-built, and moving out here to Las Vegas, being in the States, having that access to materials, which was really difficult while we were in Japan, I was able to actually make them things, like the boys' bed. That was a awesome project. You can see it in my previous videos. I built twin beds for the boys. I was able to build a pedestal for our laundry room because Lowe's wanted to charge us $350 for each pedestal. So $700 for a couple drawers for the washer and dryer to sit in. I thought were ridiculous. So, just having my family here is a huge advantage because I see things, I see the need and the want for certain things, and then I do my best to build it, and 99 out of 100 times the wife approves of what I've built. And of course, it's all the subscribers that I have. I have no real reason for creating these videos other than I hope that through my learning, someone else learns something too. And I think that's the mission of all creators on YouTube. Just YouTube has this huge wealth of knowledge just sitting there, and people could do so much more if they just took the time to learn how to do it. And much like my father, I learned by seeing. If I see someone else do it, I convinced myself I can do it. They are a butt man like me. Why can't I do that? So thank you for all of you that watch my videos, have subscribed to my channel. I will continue to try to make new things and maybe put a little more innovative stuff out there. Maybe bust out the CNC machine that I recently built. Use the 3D printer a little more. Again, thank you for watching. And please comment on the video. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. If you're smarter than me, or you think you're smarter than me, you probably are. Be sure to subscribe and share the video if you like it. I really do appreciate all the comments that I do receive, positive or negative, as long as they're constructive, as long as I can change something about it. If not, I still like reading derogatory comments from weird Croatians. Regardless of what you have to say, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Just please keep in mind that I try to keep my videos family friendly. I don't try to use any sort of foul language, so keep it clean, say what you want to say, and thanks for watching. Please enjoy the rest of this video and my completed Japanese lamp project.